Oh, I have just the thing for everybody.
No.
It was something that's not sex related.
I know when you get excited like this about playing it, it's going to be, oh, it's not.
Look who it is.
I thought it was going to be Mike Zero.
Oh, no. I was going to go Noland because he has some interesting videos. He's mad at Oasis again. This time he's mad at Oasis for saying he wants to do it for the concert. He's mad at Oasis because now they're doing North American shows.
Yeah,
when before he was mad that they weren't doing North American shows.
But they're probably not doing them in the right way. But people are right. It's Shocktober. We should be checking in on the Cow. We just did the Cow episode, the inaugural episode with Felix. If you haven't checked it out, you got to be on the Patreon to get Shocktober. It's a good episode, I think. Felix was great on it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, by the way, a lot of controversy, a lot of people coming out on the side of Felix vaping directly into the microphone for the entire episode. A lot of people don't. Yeah, a lot of people said, but I will say I think probably some people appreciate it. And I'd say if I listen to a podcast, I don't want to hear somebody taking a crackling vape directly into the microphone. And so I remove them. But I think that it was controversial. And I also think a lot of people have a parasocial relationship with Felix and they really look up to him a lot. And no matter what he does, they will say that he should be able to do it. So I got a lot of hate for that.
Yeah. And I think I'm thinking about bringing him back because he was really happy to do the episode. And
yeah, he's going to come back and he's going to come on a stream as well. And then you can see us go toe to toe fucking live where I fucking tell him not take that vape and stick it where the sun don't shine. And I'll get really, really serious with him and ruin our relationship with one of the most important guests that we have.
So I played some of this video, but I wanted to go back to the beginning because it gets to something that we had been talking about Shocktober, specifically with Mancow, about how he invites people on and just lays shit on them, like the craziest possible things on them. You know what I mean? And like when it's a conservative guy, you're so happy that he's doing. You know what I mean? Because it's so funny. He's fucking, but when it's not a conservative, when it's a guy in a band that he knows or DDP, you're kind of like, damn. Like DDP had to get that late. Like DDP came on an interview because a guy that he worked with in the past.
Yeah.
Asked him to do a fucking interview. He doesn't know what Mancow's
and he looks him up and he's like, he's got a Wikipedia. It's like an extensive Wikipedia. You would believe that he's a real guy still. Do you know what I mean? You would think there's no way he's fallen far enough that he's not at all relevant.
Right. So he gets him on the show and then DDP is sitting there and Mancow is fucking,
I'm okay with not being alive.
Like he says that to a guy.
That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard a host say to somebody that they don't know really that well. You know what I mean? Like they don't know each other that well. Like that's wild behavior. Like it just puts someone in such an awkward situation, putting that on the stranger to be like, man, I'm fucking seriously thinking about ending shit, and it's like, how do I deal with this? I don't know what your personality is. I don't know what you'd respond to here. I kind of feel like it's just a terrible thing to do to someone that you're interviewing.
Yeah. So this is Nelson. This is the band I was telling you guys about. I was such a young kid when it came out, but I remember After the Rain was like their big hit. And again, they got their big hit right before grunge. So they were probably the last hair metal band and kind of a footnote.
They ended it, we decided.
Yeah.
People saw that, listened to their shit, and it was like,
and they're Ozzy and Harriet Nelson's kids, or if they're not together, they're Ozzy's kids. So not the good Ozzy, the other.
You can't just say Ozzy.
Yeah, I've never known. So
I'm interrupting her photo shoot. Go get back. All right, let's bring on Gunnar. Gunnar, there he is.
Guitar
cool
guy.
Name. You gotta love. Do you like the name Gunnar?
I don't mind it. I'm kind
Do
of
you
attached to
like
it
the
now,
name Gunnar? Can you
Hey,
imagine?
ask the question. Get off his back.
That's not something you ask a guy that old. Do you know what I'm saying? You ask a child that, like, do you like your name? You ask it like a 60-year-old man, do you like your name? That's so.
And it's fucking Gunnar, dude. Yes.
Yeah, it's a cool fucking name.
100. I love the name Gunnar. It's maybe the coolest name anybody could have been given. You know, I can't think of a cooler name.
Yeah. I wanted to do Helmet was one name. For my kids, I wanted Gretel. I have 2 daughters. You met them, but I wanted to do good, strong ethnic names, and I lost my wife.
Well, Gretel. Just
wait. Is Mancow is German?
Yeah, and
I guess Mueller, right?
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
Mueller is a German name, but I had never thought of that before because he never discusses it. It's not like
his wife's Italian.
Well, like, his German heritage is not a part of his life. Like, I've literally never heard him mention it once, and he was going to name his kids Helmet. Come on, man.
And it is weird to go on and say I don't like my kids' names. My wife got to pick them. I had different names I wanted to do, and
I had a cool name, Helmet. I mean, which listen, no disrespect to someone named Helmet, who's like, it's a totally normal name in Germany, but of course around here it's like a fucking thing you put on your head so you don't hurt it.
Would be German. I have nothing against German. I'm not part Austrian myself, but Gunnar is Swedish.
Okay.
Scandinavian, but it's a very common name there. But yeah.
Well, I would have guessed it as German. So thank you. Yeah.
What? Are you serious? Did you really not?
Mueller.
Gunnar isn't. It's. I know that. Maybe it's because I know like Gunnar. I know like people with that name. There's like
I know Gunnar Nelson. He's on the screen right now.
Oh no, there's yeah. Oh yeah, I know Gunnar, but there's like I know it as being a Scandinavian name.
Yeah. It doesn't sound particularly German, but Mancow doesn't know that.
Oh, they're Germanic though, says Gene Penis. It's Viking shit.
Umlauts, of course.
Yeah. So Gunnar, you were with me, and you have kids, and we all have kids. You're with me with I'm not saying this for you being here. You were with me on the worst day I ever spent with my children.
What? I'm not saying this just for you. That's a crazy. Okay, hang on a second, because this is Mancow we're talking about. I don't know what he's about to say, but also like now Gunnar's kind of thinking like, oh, okay, it's all right. Like, oh,
wait, he was miserable that day.
No, I kind of thought we had a good time.
He didn't like it. He hated it.
Okay, expound.
You were very nice. They
see, he had no idea. He's like,
what are you supposed to say anyway? Expound. Explain it. Why'd you just say that and stop talking? You never stop talking. Now all of a sudden you stop talking.
But maybe if it was like a well-known thing, do you know what I mean? And he didn't really need to sort of, then maybe it's different. But it sounds like Gunnar had no idea that he was miserable.
Yeah.
They were awful. And I mean, I'm there's worse days when they're sick or whatever, but I'm saying the worst, and I tell them the worst day. We met Nelson. Which one of you is the bad twin?
That's
and
me.
They wouldn't. But they wouldn't talk. They were
total like
they were as rude as can be. We saw Felix Silva or whatever his name was, who was in the Twiggy suit, the robot from Buck Rogers, which I owned. He'd been to my home.
Wait, what? Wait. Twiggy Buck Rogers, and he owns it. It's been to his home. Who is he talking about now? Who's been to his home? What?
I'm telling you, dude. This is the Mancow experience. That's why I like to come on here sometimes and just let him go.
Was he trying to say not
Curtis Sliwa, because
Sliwa.
He was. It might be Felix Sliwa. It's a guy from Buck Rogers, so it would be. It would be Felix Silla. So
Silla.
his last name is Silla, not Sliwa.
Okay, so he messed up his name.
Yeah. Oh, I know who this guy is. He's like a big time character actor. He's in a bunch of stuff, I think. Or maybe he wasn't, and I just so anyway, let's get the cow back going.
show for a month a year. Marianne, they saw No, never seen Gilligan's Island. What? No. You don't remember. You don't remember Cousin It. This is Cousin It. No. We've watched how many Addams Families together? No. They're twins. This is twins.
So wait. The worst day he had with his kids is because they embarrassed him by not knowing a bunch of old character actors and musicians.
The oldest possible TV that, like, my daughter doesn't even know the Addams Family was a fucking TV show at any time, ever. She knows it as a movie. There was the movie with fucking Christina Ricci in it and stuff, you know?
Yeah, this is really, I guess he's kind of being silly a little bit. He's like, my worst day with my kid. You know what I mean? I guess he's not being completely serious.
And that's right. Skull Poop says he was trying to name drop to his kids. That was the problem.
Yeah.
He's like, that's the fucking guy from the Addams Family. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know what I think it's because with you guys watching, I couldn't yell. You know, I'm with all these celebrities are. This is God. Oh.
Well, I don't feel so bad if they didn't recognize us, if they didn't recognize Marianne from
very cool. So what he's saying is, I wasn't able to explode with rage on my children like I normally would in private. Okay,
you know, you got to do it. You got to do it.
Out loud,
no, but they know who these people are. They know who these people. All right, Ron Onesti says hi. Who else they say? Mike McVeigh said hi.
Wow.
Was radio good to you?
I love radio. I've always loved radio. I did. Yeah. You know, I wasn't. Listen, I was a morning.
He wants to cut. He's going to come off as quick as possible.
2.5 years for the Jones Network. I had.
You did a show.
I did. Yeah, I was a co-host on the Lifetime Radio Network, and Mike McVeigh, you mentioned, was the one that got me to that, which was cool, and I loved it. But to be honest with you, I'm not a morning person by nature. The Nelson men don't tend to sleep.
This is really funny.
Like,
can you pause it?
Slept 3 hours.
He all of a sudden just got so much more confident, Mancow, because he's like, "Oh, you did my thing that I was more successful at." So you can just say, he's like, "Oh, you did a show," and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, you did a little show?
Oh, he had a little show for a couple of years. That's cute, you know. So he can take a position of power over this guy, because in reality, this guy, his career is close to Mancow's. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at his music career versus Mancow's radio career.
Howard Stern never beat me in Chicago, not once. But
he's interviewing the president.
Yeah,
hours a night. Period. That's it. And so for me, my prime time to be creative is like 10 o'clock at night to 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's something crazy, man.
And so getting up for morning radio, it was brutal for me.
Yeah,
it was hard to do.
You know, I started in '84. And I never got used to it. It never stopped sucking. I got up at 2:30 every single morning, and it was brutal. I will tell you from David Cassidy, and also who did morning radio, and Danny Bonaducci, and David Lee Roth. I'll tell you what happened to those three. And that is, obviously, I want to ask about your father. Obviously, I want to ask about the family. And you know now that that's my job. Sure. And in the past, you know, I don't want to talk about Van Halen, or I don't want to talk about the Partridge Family. You have to tell these stories. That's why you're here. That's your job. And so, do you feel like as a I'm getting blurry? Do you feel like as a now that you've hosted, do you feel like you're a better guest?
Something's wrong with his head, right?
Always the blurry.
No. I just mean there's something wrong inside his head.
Yeah.
Like where he has to say that. He notices it and he has to say it. Oh, I'm getting blurry, like in the middle of his sentence.
I think so. You know,
he's mad at Nudie. I'm telling you, he says it out loud as like a way to tell Nudie you're fucking my thing up again. You know?
Yeah, he thinks it's Nudie's fault. He thinks that the reason he's going out of focus is Nudie's fault. He's like, why hasn't Nudie put the fucking focus filter on here? You know what I mean?
I still, man, that was one of the things on the episode that really got me was trying to figure out what he says to Nudie and what he thinks Nudie does and what Nudie actually does.
Nudie's a piece of shit. He doesn't do fucking anything. He doesn't return your email. He tells you he's going to fucking get back to you and then he doesn't. Nudie's a piece of shit. He's unprofessional. Fuck Nudie.
And yes, plugged by Jesse says camera can't handle the fucking screens in the mirrored glasses.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
That could definitely probably be it.
Of course, yeah, that's the reason. Thank you, plug my Jesse. Yeah.
As far as speaking on radio, what's been difficult for me and Matthew is that, like, especially when we've gone to podcasting now, which is great because you can actually see your guests that you're interviewing. But when Matthew and I ever did any co-hosting,
melting down now.
We're a genetic duplicate of each other. So, you know, one wasn't the generator, one wasn't the reactor.
Look at his fucking lip is twitching.
Chris, he wants to talk so bad. He's not hearing one word this guy says.
After he said that he was on the radio for 2 months, he's just been fucking thinking of shit, thinking of how he's gonna craft his thing. Look at him. If you just put on some like crazy music and slow and like zoomed in on fucking Mancow's face, man, I'm not even joking. Back it up a few frames. He actually is like his lip starts to like kind of quiver as he's like someone told him to not interrupt anymore, but it's so hard.
Yeah. Here he goes.
Together.
Here it goes.
We're a genetic duplicate of each other. So, you know, one wasn't the generator, one wasn't the reactor. We both try to be both.
Look at it.
And the two voices blended together.
Wait. Is he on?
Well, maybe. I'm not going to say.
I just am realizing as we're watching this that I don't know that that's a normal thing to be happening.
Well.
So,
and it was sort of listen. I have no idea. We know nothing about this man other than what we watch. But man, the way that he sort of saw himself get blurry and then was like, "I'm getting blurry there." I don't know, man. I've hung out with some people in my day that sort of talk to that same sort of way.
I lean towards Adderall with these older guys, but I also it's possible for sure, you know. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if somebody was going to go to the doc, like. If you went to the doctor and get an ADHD diagnosis and you were Mancow, you could just show them one of your videos and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we got to do something about this."
The only issue is they might take you in for involuntary. That's so good from Poochie. He's like a cat chittering at a bird. He absolutely is. This is like my cat when a little bug is flying around. Hobbledo Geezer subscribing tier 1 2 months. Hey, welcome.
Did my own thing with my co-host on my radio. It just worked out. It worked out fine. And actually,
he wants to talk more than anything in the world.
Yeah, everybody's podcasting and everybody's a radio star now, which is cool.
Oh, here he goes.
No, it's not.
I think it's okay. I think that the cream always rises. Well, come on, the cream always rises to the top, and
the cream. Sometimes the cream just kicks around on the internet on YouTube for a bit as well, though.
Sometimes the cream's sound guy and tech guy is a fucking idiot, and the cream only gets 1,500 views.
Sometimes the cream's fucking producer is too busy at an open house to do the fucking prep.
Oh no, you know he schedules like house showings at open houses around Mancow too.
Oh yeah, yes. He's like, somebody's like, "Hey, can someone come see your client's place?" And he's just like, "Oh no, I have to do the show with Mancow." Sorry, we'll have to do it a different day.
I'm just getting started in 84. 85 was your father's plane crash. Okay.
Wait, what? What?
Always something with this guy. I'll go back so we can hear it from the beginning.
Just to the top, and you're always engaged.
I'm just getting started in 84. 85 was your father's plane crash. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, I hate. Was that a smooth transition? Probably not. But I
remember.
My
God. He was smiling. He was holding back a smile. This guy is really not a good guy.
Paul McCartney was really pushing the Everly Brothers to radio stations, and he had done something new with the Everly Brothers. And am I saying it right? And they came on and were very crestfallen. That's what I remember about your father's plane crash.
That's what I remember about your father's.
I was interviewing the Everly Brothers.
Because
Paul McCartney was really pushing the Everly Brothers. So I was interviewing the Everly Brothers, and your father died that day.
He didn't. Yeah, and it was never brought up either, by the
way. Yeah.
Well, it was different in his case. For the listeners out there that don't know, my dad was someone named Ricky Nelson, and he and Elvis were really the two biggest stars during that whole era. There was kind of like a little friendly rivalry that was going on, back and forth, kind of like a Beatles Stones sort of thing for the kids of that age. And our dad had the unfair advantage of growing up on the family television show,
Mancow's rearing up.
And Harriet, that ran for 14 and a half years, 435 episodes. It's still the longest running in history.
He told that he interrupts too much. He's been told.
But he couldn't believe that. Wow. That is a lot of episodes. Wow.
I want to say wow, but he's talking, and I've been told not to talk when other people are talking.
Can you back it up so we can see that wow again?
435 episodes. It's still the longest running live action sitcom in history. And it was a real family playing a real family. Our grandpa, Ozzie Nelson, wrote, produced, edited, directed, and starred in all 435 episodes.
He's running all over you.
Ran a successful family, did the whole thing. Our dad started singing now, but back in the day, rock and roll was considered like the devil's music. And so the family got a lot of hate mail.
Don't say devil.
Let's put this way. Someone said that Elvis turned off a lot of parents. Ricky didn't. Pat Boone turned off a lot of kids. Ricky didn't. He was like the right guy at the time to smuggle rock and roll into mainstream American living room at a critical time in its history when it was pretty much fringe music. And as a result, kind of like the Truman Show before the Truman Show, 1985 going into 86.
Holy shit, Mancow.
Celebrity.
This guy's
I'm telling you, no. You know what's happening?
As far
Mancow is absolutely zoned. If you could see his eyes right now, like, he's got his glasses on so he can't see. If you could see his eyes, they're like this. They're like this.
He usually talks so much more.
Yeah, he's absolutely just fucked right now.
Yeah.
We have the unfair advantage as his sons.
Yeah, you did.
To have him out there, there's a great Swedish expression that every man dies two deaths. The first is when his physical body goes, and the second is when the last person that remembers and loves them
That's
does
not a
too.
Swedish expression, you stupid fuck.
Yeah,
like he's very
much fucking mouth.
You idiot! You think that's Swedish? There's that expression all around. That's fucking everywhere. That's not like Latin America. You idiot.
Around, I still feel him on my shoulder all the time, and he was just a really great guy.
I can't wait till Mancow does what he's about to do to you.
Deceased parents and stuff, but our dad was really an awesome guy, and he literally lived and died for rock and roll. So Matt stuff, but you would have liked him, man. He was a good guy.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
He doesn't know how to. He didn't hear a word of that.
He just said thank you. The guy finished his whole sentence. It's like so long, and his response was thank you.
Because he didn't hear a word he said.
He didn't know what he said.
He was turned off. He was in sleep mode.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's not how an interview goes.
You have to do that. You probably have to do this every day.
No,
but I really appreciate you doing it. It's got to be.
Wait. He's under the impression that
every day.
He's under the impression that someone asked him about his father's plane crash every day.
Yeah.
It happened in fucking 50 years ago. What?
I dated Linda Blair.
Do that except you.
Wait.
Really appreciate you doing it. It's got to be. I dated Linda Blair. I'm not bragging, but everywhere we went, she had to talk about The Exorcist. And the first year, I thought, God, I had great questions.
I've never heard this, so I don't.
He dated Linda Blair. No, he didn't. No,
I don't know.
No, he didn't.
She was attractive.
Of course. That's one of the reasons I don't believe that it is one of the many reasons I don't believe it.
She loved him.
Okay, can you guys look it up and find that, please?
And you've been interviewed your whole life since you were a fetus. I'm not gonna ask you anything shocking. I said I'd be, and people know, and I wanted to explain who the Nelsons were. Me TV and Antenna TV, a friend of mine sets those up and runs those, or runs a chunk of that. And they have great success with, I don't know what the old maid show is. Hazel. So, and Jack Benny. And these shows are getting the bigger ratings than the I Dream of Genies and the,
these shows are getting bigger ratings than the other shows that have been gone for 40 years.
What? They're not even in. They don't do ratings for those shows.
They get a lot of good. They get a lot more ratings than I Dream of Genie.
That's very funny from Shally Marin 81. He was the last person who talked to Linda Blair before she was possessed. There is a photo. Somebody, I think, Double Neg posted a photo of Linda Blair and Mancow, but it's from 2015, and it's like just on the radio show. But he's hugging her, and she's hugging him back real close.
Yep, it looks like they did.
No, that doesn't mean that.
Beavers, because they haven't been shown, is
wait,
Adventures of Ozzy and
what did he say?
He said leave it to Beaver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wish he was talking about beavers. This guy doesn't talk about
being shown anywhere.
Well, we actually just spent the whole era during COVID digitizing all 435 episodes into high def.
Do that?
Went back to the original 35 millimeter films.
Yeah,
and cleaned everything up, and to have them said Ozzy and Harry, but there was a lot, but.
A lot
of stuff. I'm not really hug from the
and Antenna TV. Yeah. And I think it would hit. I think people are hungry for this. And
wait, go back. We got to hear his full idea.
More of a We TV sort of thing where people just wanted that hug from the inside and that nostalgia.
Well, look, these shows are doing well on Me TV and Antenna TV. Yeah. And I think it would hit. I think people are hungry for this. And those were good shows. Not that you're downplaying it, but I think you're downplaying it. Didn't every star come by to see the family? I remember everybody was on that show, right?
So wait a second. He's saying that he thinks that people are fucking clamoring for Ozzy and Harry.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it will do okay. Maybe it is kind of cool watching old stuff sometimes, but I don't know. I don't think people are really that into it. Younger people,
was the Twilight Zone when you had like the most amazing actors in the world on that show during that time.
Because he's like, it wasn't actually that.
They really kind of built that show around characters that they developed over the years. Like they had Thorny the neighbor, and he was a constant in that. And
Mancow loves that.
Thorny was.
Right.
Do you think Mancow knows who Thorny was?
I think he's using context clues, the name, to decide that he's an asshole.
I think
they were better times, man. They were better times.
Listen, I in my life, times were better before the cell phone. I had culpable deniability.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting tracked.
God, I would love to push a button and get rid of social media
there's
too.
No photographic proof of my.
Here he goes. He's going to get all about social media.
The long hair.
What are you up to? Wait, hey, Gunnar, what are you up to? Why are you concerned so much with fucking being able to be caught? What are you doing?
Out sucking and fucking and. Listen to Mancow here.
I wasn't getting tracked.
God, I would love to push a button and get rid of social media
there's
too.
No photographic proof of my misgivings. So
the long hair. Do you miss? I mean, Metallica with short hair doesn't seem the same.
Metallica got their hair in 1996.
Yeah, it was 30 years ago.
It was so long ago.
It's been gone for many, many years. But do you miss? Yeah. I mean, the hair was so incredibly long.
Wait, he's saying, do you miss your hair?
But he has hair.
He does. He's got more hair than most.
He's very long, nice hair for a guy his age.
You and your brother with the crazy hair, man.
Look, the thing is, if you wanted to get any chicks, man, you had long hair back in the day. Period. Endostore.com.
But you still have long hair.
I know.
Well, why are they pretending like he doesn't have long hair now?
Chicks, man, you had long hair back in the day. Period. Endostore.com. That's what rock and roll.
How'd you do, man? You got the name Gunnar. You were a famous family. Your dad's a rock and roll superstar. I bet you did okay, son. Yeah,
I plead the
son.
I remember, I'm the best.
You're the naughty one. Are you
me.
Are you married now?
No longer, as a matter of fact. No, it's okay. It's okay.
So that's what happened. He was caught cheating, I believe. And now we know why he wishes the cell phone situation wasn't. That's how he obviously got caught.
Half his goddamn money.
Just, went in different directions and stuff, but I was able to prove I'm great at being a husband. I'm great at being a father, and I love being a father. I still have my 3 kids, and they're amazing. So
that's cool.
Well, it's tough. Marriage is tough. I asked my wife if I was the only one, and she said yes. The others were 8s and 9s. Thank you. I got a better laugh than the first joke. And your sister was the one that was on Square Pegs.
That's right, Tracy Nelson, and she was the Valley Girl character on Square Pegs. But actually, her lift was when she did that show with Tom Bosley, The Father Dowling Mysteries.
I remember that. Yeah. She was a young nun.
She was the crime-fighting nun. Trust my sister playing a nun.
Hey, okay. So you do the Nelson songs. There's so many different parts of this. So you do the Nelson songs.
I didn't try to get so many. I'm trying to
do the Nelson songs. First of all, 2 songs, I think, at the most. That they had 2 hits.
There's so many different parts of this. So you do the Nelson songs, and you do a show, and then you do the Father's songs.
That makes sense.
As a separate show.
That's a good question. And for a lot of years,
I know the answer. Didn't I just say the answer?
Well, yes and no, because it's changed. This is actually news. What we did was we split things out for a lot of years. When the world went grunge, a lot of people from my era, from the whole confidence rock era, when everyone was living on
confidence rock, it's cock
on a prayer. All of a sudden, if you didn't come from Seattle, you weren't heroin addicted, and you weren't wearing flannel, you got no work. It was
look at Mancow.
And also, this guy is so fucking. He's also just so like. Oh, he's it's such sour grapes, you know.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Chris. Like I remember the song coming out, and then also I remember that song coming out, and then never seeing hair metal again on TV. It was
this guy is still so mad about it, and that was so many years ago, though.
Yeah,
it still haunts him.
He's furious. You got to do fucking heroin.
It was pretty tough.
Wait, maybe this guy should have got himself a fucking needle, man. You know?
Yeah, listen to Mancow.
No work.
I hated that shit.
It was pretty tough. For us, we went
up to Europe,
music. Music was better. We started our own independent label, and we kept Nelson going that way. In the States, what we did was we did a pivot, and for the first time after we had established ourselves, we did a show called Ricky Nelson Remembered. Our dad had great music. He sold 500 million singles in his life. So we're doing songs like Traveling Man, Hello Mary Lou, Poor Little Fool, Believe What You Say, Garden Party, all these great hits.
Garden Party.
And we had that its own specific show. It was pretty much true to the way our dad recorded in the 50s with the rockabilly thing, James Burton guitar work, that kind of stuff. It was great. A lot of fun to play.
Chris, I'm pausing this right now. I want you to look. If you see Mr. Julian Pena says, Mancow, I got a question. Where can I find old podcasts? I listened a few months back, but I can't seem to find anywhere anymore. Mancow channel replies, which I think is nudie. Maybe?
Yeah, of course. No, it's nude. Nude is running there.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up Google here, and I'm going to go to
mancow.net.
www.mancow.net. Now, I mean, so because I could really use some of those podcast episodes back that were very good. Mancow.net.
Well, we're looking up that's the Corvette that
I know. I just hit mancow.net.
People are asking, people who are new, who weren't here when we were looking at this.
I was looking at Corvettes earlier.
Just because Bryan drove over one when he was high on drugs when he was
so I'm going to go to mancow.net, and then I did an image search. So I'm really flubbing the search.
Yeah, you're struggling using the basic functions of the internet, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, I found it. Never mind. It's flow.page/Mancow is how you get there. And what's bitch?
No, this is like his fucking whatever.
I'm telling you, dude, Mancow. I'm typing mancow.net. You can't see it because of the way shit is set up.
This is Linktree. This is not. Put in mancow.net.
I did. I can. All I can do is I can. Bring
it just doesn't
here.
Work.
I can bring this here and then do it like this.
What the fuck? What? It's not a website? Why did he put that in the chat? This is like a new stream, right? What?
Yeah, this is from like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Is it mancowpodcast.com? Is that it, Burger Krang? Or is that
I don't think so. I mean, I can try that too.
I think that one's not.
I don't think that's
no, that one's not, but we could get it.
I've been trying. Oh, could we?
Yeah, it's open. Mancowpodcast.com. Buy that domain.
Okay, give
Brian,
me a second.
Brian, purchase that domain.
I will be purchasing that domain. I don't know what we're gonna do with it yet, but I gotta get.
We're gonna purchase it, everyone, and then we'll figure out what to do.
Mancowpodcast.net.
Check out if you can get mancow.net.
Our player doing that.
Check out if that's available. Mancow.net, because it's what he's saying is.
I would. Oh my God! What I don't even know what we do with that.
I don't know. Something
I'm going
legal.
to go.
It's actually the mancowpodcast.com. So we should get we should get mancowpodcast.com.
I'm going.
It shows the Mancow podcast.
Yeah, mancowpodcast.com is.
We'll make it go. Yeah, we could just link it to the Patreon or whatever. Thank you for that
domain.
That's a nice comment from Gris Queeber. Thank you.
Motherfucker charging $11.99. Oh, Cow Podcast. Mancowpodcast.org is $9.99.
Oh, how much is mancowpodcast.com?
Let me check mancow.net first, because he's actually sending people there. I could get that for 40. No, mancow.org. I could get mancowpodcast.com.
Hang on, it's not available. Damn.
That would have been so funny to be able to even get Mancow, like his just name, but.
And we still kept on doing the Nelson thing. What we've decided to do as of about a month ago, it's going to be the first time that we're going to do basically the same thing John Wade is doing, where he's combined his songbook from his solo stuff, from the Babies, from Bad English. And when he goes out, he's booked as John Wade, and he does all that.
Radio interviews at Q104 in Kansas City.
Right on.
And I said, listen, we're doing clues. I'm on the radio. I said, we're doing clues for this contest. I've sent you this thing. Can you read it? And he goes, fuck off. Okay. And then I saw him at Arcada, our buddy Ron Onesti's place. Same thing with Tears for Fears. And I don't want to get into politics in any way, but
oh yeah, you do.
I'm sitting there going, oh, this guy's a communist. Anyway, they ask me things, and I love that. I love when you did that one song. I like to keep it,
Brian,
you're backstage with somebody. Obviously, you're.
So it looks like when I look it up, it looks like for a broker service fee of $163.99, we might be able to get this mancow.net. Which is, if you go to GoDaddy,
like you just pay them $119 and they get you mancow.net.
Yeah, I don't know how it works exactly.
Yeah, let's look into that before
we'll look into
$119.
Yeah, because if it's only to get help to like negotiate, and then you have to negotiate a price after, then we'd be negotiating with Mancow.
And maybe we could get invited to Muller Manor.
Oh man, if we could somehow. Oh, it expired. It expired August 10th. Oh yeah, it expired. Okay, yeah, we could try to, but that would be cool. I just want to get a hold of Mancow and like hang out with them,
Now, I would fly us both to Chicago to go to Muller Manor.
Buddy, I have Nudi's phone number and email. I've contacted him. Could we say like we're huge fucking fans? We're massive. We have this podcast called Guys, and we would love to come to Muller Manor to like interview him for the podcast,
I don't think we could tell him Guys, because I think we've talked about him on Guys.
Dude, you think he's gonna find it?
I don't know. Well, no, probably not.
But
he will listen to Guys.
What would we tell him?
We're fans. We're just big fans, and we've always wanted.
I don't think he could just allow.
But he invites fans over. He does that. There's people there that watch the show.
Then that's true. So let's just ask him if we can come hang out and do a tour. That we're like massive fans from like way back. We know so much. It's a thing where like. He could ask us anything, and we know so much about all his shit. So he would believe us that we're fans.
You know what? The first thing I'd say to him is, Sebastian Gorka's a fucking asshole.
You know who? You know what, man? That Gorka interview, he was fucking such a dipshit to you. You came off looking fucking good, brother. I would tell him that I only drink Pappy, of course. Bring him a bottle of Pappy. Holy shit. If we brought him a bottle of Pappy, can you imagine how fucking we would become friends with him then?
I mean, that is a good, he has been drinking Pappy.
Actually, though,
I've been drinking Pappy.
There is obviously, I'm sure someone probably mentioned in the chat. I don't see though, but it is a little risky
to go to Mancow's house.
Well, just to talk to Mancow.
I don't mind getting killed.
It's risky to talk to Mancow.
But he could say he was the last person to talk to the guys podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Many of people have talked to Mancow and met a unfortunate end.
He's got his glasses up, so that's
and I really hail those cats. Please tell, as well as phones, Soundless and those guys, Sheds and record.
Oh, here he's going now. He's going. He goes on one here.
The Nelsons recorded a few Enough's Enough songs on their record and toured with us in '91. We played sheds and arenas around the world. They also scored tons of trim. My God, the amount of pussy those guys got. Every show we got paid, and it was astronomical. $27,000 a month telephone bill on one of our phones because we had the first portable telephones. Enough's Enough borrowed and then demolished their beautiful '66 Mustang, as well as me included. And I really hail those cats. Please tell Gunnar and Matthew love from Chip.
Oh, Chip Zena.
Is it true or is it a lie?
I love Chip. What a great
there's
guy
no doubt about it. Can you there's no doubt about it. I mean, this guy's was clearly very handsome. If you pull up a picture of him when he's younger, Gunnar Nelson, this guy he's like a handsome older man now with this incredible head of hair, and he was in a rock band and he was quite famous. Yeah, I'm sure he got all kinds of trim.
I think he did get a lot of trim because I'm gonna get the picture.
What do you guys think in the chat? Shout out in the chat. Let us know how much trim do you think Gunnar Nelson got?
You guys think Nelson got a lot of trim?
Do you think Gunnar got himself some trim?
Here's a picture of them. This is their page. This is
Twitch
them.
Turbo Enthusiast says a lot. Dime Tide says tons of trim.
There's trim again. There they are on screen. How much trim you think they got?
Well, they look like the women.
They
look like women to me.
The guy on the left wearing like a blouse for going to work. He looks 100%
the guy on the right that like our right wearing the like blouse thing or whatever.
Yeah,
his like haircut as well is just like a woman's haircut. Whereas the other one, I guess, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
He's wearing a leather jacket.
But I'm telling you, in that era, these guys were getting trim with this.
Oh, God, it was nothing but trim. I mean, Mancow was saying like a ton of it.
They were absolutely fucking slamming a bunch of women who looked exactly like them. Yeah.
They probably fucked each other on accident a couple times.
I mean, David Bowie and like Mick Jagger famous, you know what I mean? Like those rockers were they were just getting so fucked up and horny, and they were getting so much trim that they couldn't turn it off. They're like, hey, you got some trim. And it's like, it's around a fucking dick. And they're like, I don't care. I want trim, you know?
Trim is so it's so nasty to say that. I'm going to get Mancow at the end here. Let's, we're running close to time, and we got to let him talk.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I gotta go eat some dinner and then see if Ariel will hook me up with a little trim.
So I'm going. Okay, here we go. So I don't know where this goes, but I'm sure somewhere
through this. Or look, I really enjoyed that. The family was connected to everybody in showbiz. I don't know if you ever watch classic movies or classic. Classic radio, listen to classic anything. Great books. Just finished a Capote book that just knocked me out from my friend Robert Fleischman, who I spoke of earlier.
Why did I know that?
Because he said it on the episode.
I saw a Kamala sign that said, we're not going back. We're not going back.
We listened to this on the show. I'll move forward a little more. Here we go.
Yeah, no, that's right. I want the do nothing party. I don't want your Republican rhinos. I don't want your Dick Cheneys.
Whoa, somebody in their chat straight up saying, arm the fuck up and be ready.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone, arm the fuck up and be ready.
Guy that's listening to Mancow.
Yeah. Guy who's listening to Mancow unironically in the year 2024 is going to be on the fucking front line. In the fucking battle, I'm sure.
I don't want any of them. Leave me alone. I pay $45,000 a month, a year, $45,000 a year property tax. How can I keep doing that?
That's such a fucking. Oh, he's like, I have a mansion.
Yeah. I can't keep paying that.
Like,
I think we're gonna keep paying that. Well, there's no money coming in, so I do believe
I believe him, but it's like, yeah, that buddy. Oh, that's not that much. That's not that much. That's not that much. Ben Grimm, $45,000 a year property tax is not that much. I'm looking at buying houses right now, and that's a lot.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know though.
That's a lot. And certainly in where I am, it would be millions of dollars, like a home that's worth millions of dollars.
Finances. It's for what? Women's health. Have you heard this from women?
Women all complaining about women's health all the time.
Wait, what? Can you back it up for a second? I was reading the chat. Sorry.
Keep doing that. It's not finances. It's for what? Women's health. Have you heard this from women?
Have you heard this from women?
They want to be healthy now. Have you heard this from women? They're worried about their health.
What happened to husbands being able to tell women what they have?
What the hell?
Heard some guy going, maybe we shouldn't have given him the vote.
What?
Ridiculous. But women's health is aborting a baby at 9 months.
Oh,
all right. Come on, dude. Why does he say things that are like the I know that abortion people believe all that stuff, but like provably honest, like I mean dishonest, like total fucking bullshit.
Did you just ask why Mancow says provably dishonest things?
Fair enough. I mean, the right does that all the time, though. But he saying 9 months is going really far. I don't.
But he's
exactly know where he heard that. But
he's
I'm
a
sure
psychotic person. He's a psychotic person whose brain is like completely fucked up. We saw it. It's I don't know what the deal is with it, but the way his like thoughts. It's getting worse and worse, where he's unable to keep any train of thought, and it just goes boom, boom, bouncing around everywhere.
You should hear this thing he said.
I am not a man. I'm not a part of your machine. Excuse me. I'm a man, not a machine. I'm not a number.
So
what's that from again? What's that from again?
2020. He was speaking on the front of the like the state house where they were making the COVID regulations, and he was at a microphone.
Oh yeah, and he was trying to do his big like serious like in his mind it was his like I had a dream speech, and he fucking just flubbed the shit out of it. Play it again.
I love it.
I am not a man. I'm not a part of your machine. Excuse me. I'm a man, not a machine. I'm not a number.
Oh, it's so bad.
I am not a man. The first line comes out of his mouth. I am not a man. And like anybody else said,
I am not a man.
I am not a man.
I'm a cow. I'm a cow.
I'm a soy boy. Coffee soy boy with man breasts. I can't handle anyone that raises their voice or shows any emotion.
That's so great. That sound is way too loud.
I know.